The disunited kingdom. The United Kingdom is home to over 64.6 million people from England, Wales, Scotland and Northern Ireland. Parliaments and assemblies in London, Edinburgh, Cardiff and Belfast govern different aspects of people's lives, making decisions on everything from welfare benefits and prisons to foreign policy and healthcare. The authority for these laws comes from the UK Constitution. Unlike other countries, the UK Constitution is not one single text, but is made up of a series of documents that set out how the state works. In recent years, new ideas about how the four nations of the UK relate to each other, the EU and the rest of the world, have emerged, calling into question just how united the United Kingdom is. Changes in the Constitution are not new. Under the last Labour government, a number of changes were made. In 1998, Labour created a new assembly in Northern Ireland that had powers over areas including education, justice and trade. Referendums in 1997 also transferred powers on issues like health and education to a new Welsh Assembly and Scottish Parliament. In 2014, a referendum was held on Scottish independence, but 55.3% voted to remain part of the UK. Although England is home to 83% of the population of the UK, England does not have a separate parliament or assembly. Many people are starting to wonder if it's England's turn for devolution. In part, this interest stems from changes in how people think about their national identity. The 2015 Future of England survey found that 52% of English adults thought of themselves as very strongly English. 41% thought of themselves as strongly British, whilst 6% felt strongly European. This means that compared to in the past, more people are describing themselves as strongly English. In this context, the Westminster Parliament passed a law in 2015 introducing English votes for English laws, designed to address public concerns. It means that only MPs representing English constituencies will be able to vote on laws affecting England alone. At the same time, the Westminster Parliament has created city regions to pass more power to some local communities. These changes are designed to give greater power to England, rebalancing the constitutional settlement in the UK. However, academic research has argued that despite these changes, constitutional questions are likely to remain on the political agenda because a number of issues remain unresolved. With this in mind, it is important to ask, who should decide how the UK works? Whilst there was a referendum on the idea of a new voting system in 2011 and a vote on Scottish independence in 2014, constitutional issues are often not decided by the public. It is often politicians who make changes, such as when the last Labour government decided to create the Human Rights Act, whilst at other times experts shape constitutional reforms, such as the Mackay Commission that looked at the implications of devolution. Recently, some calls have been made for a constitutional convention that would bring together the public, politicians and experts to debate constitutional change. Others have called for a written constitution to be produced. This could help to resolve some issues, but the complex nature of national identity, regional disparities and institutional design mean that a written constitution is by no means guaranteed to create a more united kingdom.